Welcome to Nkosi Talk Shows. Lead from within.
Find your own voice.
Challenges we have had to overcome in 2020.
Find your own voice.
The world has become united by the unseen, knowing there are no guarantees for tomorrow.
Lead from within.
Find your own voice.
Let the world hear your voice and be filled within.
For the day has come for you to be a great leader.
The time has come to break away from the pain, distraction, experience the unthinkable.
Find your own voice. Lead from within. Welcome to Nkosi Talk Show. Over to you, and now please introduce yourself to our audience.
Hello everyone. Hello. Nice to have you here with us. My name is Anna. I'm a spiritual teacher, animal communicator, and I guide women into embodying their sacred feminine so they can really feel the inner value to follow their sacred heart desires and embrace their sacred relationship with them.
Thank you so much. And now over to you, Nadia. Please introduce yourself to our audience.
Hi everyone, my name is NADIADUBIEL. I am body intelligence trainer, coach, and I have my own Superhuman Academy where I teach people how to become themselves. Because we live in a world where we're disconnected with ourselves, and it's more and more disconnections and division. So I decided to create my school basically to go within and learn about ourselves and how to use our superpowers to become who we truly are. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nadia. Over to you, Kamal. Please introduce yourself to our audience.
Thank you very much, Nomsa and Nadia and Anael. Whoever is watching, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I do have a few questions for you, though. Before I start by introducing myself, the majority of people live in a symptomatic and pain-related life. And that life is based on feeling lost or not knowing where to go next. The feeling of having no sense of purpose envelops them. Do you confuse your values, the ones you grew up with, the ones you were conditioned into by society and public figures of authority, to your own values? Do you have that feeling of being stuck in a hamster wheel, always grinding and always running with no sense of direction, with a lack of fulfillment and belonging in your life? My name is Kamal Lamer, and I am a NLP master practitioner, hypnotherapist, and a specialist in life purpose creation. With a combination of ancient Egyptian wisdom and neurolinguistic programming, I help you create the foundation to a life of harmony, balance, and purpose.
Thank you so much, Kamal. So our topic today is what is a high value woman in today's world, which is we're doing part 2 today. So Nadia, you came up with this topic. Could you please explain to our audience, please?
Yes, sure, of course. That is something that I'm really passionate about, because I can see more and more division and kind of distractions happening between men and women. That is so the conditioning, the system that we live in. I see it's very disempowering because it creates so much conflict and so much attitude in actually younger generation in women, because they know they see what's happening on social media, on entertainment, that women empowerment and all of this hate and the accusations of women happening now, and they start to believe this is true, and that's how it's always been like. And this kind of attitude is really influencing younger generation, younger women in a very negative way. They do not understand true femininity. They do not understand how to connect with men. They don't understand very simple things. They don't know much about history and what really happened in the past. They only kind of, the perception is so limited to seeing outside of the box, and it really influences the way they grow up, the personality, and the way they interact with people. And all of this is affecting our future, basically. And all I can see is just like an envision this horrible world where women are becoming men becoming women, and everything is just messed up and confused. So that was one of the main reasons for me to come up with this topic, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nadia. Over to you, Anel. I would love to hear your point of view about this topic, please.
Who is high value woman? I mean, I think women gone through stages of evolution, and you know, we are coming out of the state where we feel disempowered, when we feel that, you know, the world takes from us, and we're really stepping into our power. And what Nadia mentioned about really now the conflict and confusion about women becoming a man, more masculine, more action taking, and men becoming more feminine, more less action taken, but more creative and more going in the flow. I think it's important to mention within that for us to find the middle ground, it's the most important to really embody the sacredness of our soul and really tune into our, I call it sacred values, but you just mentioned about the values, which is perfectly in alignment with what I'm going to just describe. It's really to follow the unique values that we have within us, to have the awareness of these unique values and really embody them within every aspect in our lives. And the more we follow them, the more we really open to the inner knowing that we are safe within the divine. And we will grant more this embodiment of divine feminine or divine masculine at the same time. So it's I like how the divine design always works in a perfect alignment. What Nadia mentioned and what you mentioned about the values, and yeah, so it's important for us to go within always and really tune into our unique heart desires and really follow that and the big compassion and really unconditional love is a big part of this journey, to really be aware that everyone is on the same path and everyone really looking for these answers, how to embody the divine feminine or the divine masculine at the same time. So I think it's a very important topic at this time on our planet, because we go through the shifts and everyone going in their own unique way, in their own unique directions. And I think it's important for us also to acknowledge that there is infinite creative power within the divine design, and everyone will have their own unique way of expressing and sharing what they know about that the same journey based on their own circumstances, or their own awareness, or their own stories that they're going through and experiencing at the same time. So yeah.
Thank you so much. I think, Kamal, you know, I'm coming to you. I'm not sure if you're going to agree or disagree. I'd love to hear your opinion on this one, please.
You see, I love what everybody's talking about. It's very interesting, combining all of that with the idea of a high-valued woman. My perspective could be a little bit different, however, because I grew up with a woman that impersonified, that embodied values, and that woman was my mother. A high value of a woman to me is a woman that maintains her values in life, the ones that she maintains, her core values, the ones that she maintains, the ones that she grew up with, that believes that are hers, and she sticks to them. A high valued woman is a woman that protects her integrity, her body. Like, for instance, not sleeping around randomly, not getting totally drunk and wasted in public, not making a move on a friend's husband or boyfriend just to prove that to everybody that she's attractive or that she's sexy. A woman with high values is a woman that wants to grow, that wants to learn, and wants to give back to society and her family and children and friends. She wants to achieve something for herself. A high valued woman to me is one that wants the best, to show the best example for her children, to her loved ones, takes pride in what she does, in her tasks, in her duties, in her responsibilities, and so on. And these high values, they are to me, this is what a high valued woman is. That's how I grew up at home. I had a woman, a role model. She was a mother, a father, a grandfather, a grandmother, an aunt, an uncle, a friend, a teacher. And she was a nasty teacher as well sometimes, and she was a headmistress. But you know what? To me, and that's the interesting thing, right? When you get into a relationship that doesn't work out, or it works out the way that it does because it was a choice, you start realizing what kind of values are important to you. Me as a man, I had so high regards to these values, but life took me around and I forgot these values. And now that I'm seeing these values in somebody that I respect, somebody that I like, these are the values that I want in my partner, because that's what I find attractive. That's what I find sexy. That is what I find that embodies a woman. And that is my opinion so far.
Thank you so much, guys, for all your opinion. I think all your opinions, like Nadia spoke about divine. Basically, as a high valued woman, you have to connect yourself to high divine. That means you have to know who you are. That's what she's saying. And Anel as well, she agreed with Nadia, and Kamal as well. You brought something else that us as women, we forgot how we were raised, because we are trying to fit in. Like, I like when you say you forgot, there are some values that you forgot as a man. So women, we do that. We go out and then we start opening we have to make it real. We open our legs to every some Gucci man that comes our way. But then we forget that we are actually here on earth to actually value ourselves, not to just to go out with some Gucci man who hasn't got a job, who is lazy, who can't be bothered to do the work. But we just get along because we are looking for that thing that is called sex. So, but a value woman will say, I will live without sex, but I'm going to wait for that man, that is special man that will comes my way. So that's why actually I set up a matchmaking introduction agency, because with my agency, there are no games. You come to my agency, you let it all out. There are no secret, there are no games like to say Nomsa is going to judge me. You are here for you to pay money to join the agency. That means you mean business. It means you want to find that special person. So I deal with women who knows what they want, not women who are confused, who I'm going to set you up on a date and you just pick a man just because you paid to join the agency. I work with women who knows what they want, who are not arrogant. A woman who is just going to go there, ask questions. If the values don't go with her values, and say, no, thank you. No, Nomsa, thank you. Give me somebody else to go on a date. So that is the kind of women that I work with, not just somebody who just pick up somebody, come out. Nowadays, that's what us women do. we actually, I've never done it before to sleep around, but there are some girls that have been hurt. It really, really hurt. They've tried so hard. If you are watching this talk show, you are that woman who have been hurt by men. Not every man is like that. And now they're like, I don't want to settle down because I've been hurt. So I'm just gonna have someone for friends. What do they call it? Friends with benefits. where they find a millionaire and they buy you some expensive clothes and then things like that. But it's okay for somebody because it's their choice. But when that man comes to you and they touch you when they leave, in psychology, what does the feeling? Everyone has a feeling that they want to feel worthy. So if you have been hurt, you're watching Gossip Talk Show, you have been hurt by men, it doesn't mean that every man is like that. So you are worthy. You have to remember that I am a woman who is worthy. I have not found the right man at this moment, but I am going to keep searching until God gives me whatever you believe, until you get that man that is going to value you, and you have to value yourself. So you guys, Nadia, can you talk about what do they need? What does a woman who value herself? Can we talk about more values and beliefs and getting in touch with you are into super women and stuff. So can you talk about that? How does it feel when somebody really, really accepts you for who they really are? When you look at yourself in front of the mirror and you tell yourself how much you love yourself. So what does it mean when you step outside and choosing whatever the life that you are choosing? Please.
Yeah, that's great. I really like what you said, Namza, as well before about, that a lot of women do not know what they want, and that is the issue, and that relates to values and beliefs as well. Because I've been actually talking a few days ago with someone that I know really well, and this person is going through a divorce, and since they got divorced, basically he's been in 3 relationships, and that's been only 3 months. So and I can see the pattern. A lot of people repeat exactly the same patterns every single time when they get into a relationship, because they do not know themselves. They don't know what they want. And also what you mentioned, it's all about beliefs. When women meet someone, he treats them badly. He cheats on them, lies, whatever, is a horrible person. And that person creates the belief system. And they believe unconsciously that every single man is bad. And what happens is belief, as I learned from my wonderful teachings, is that beliefs create reality. And there's no other way. So whatever you believe will create the reality. And so what happens is these people will keep attracting the same type of a person every time, as long as they will never ever, as long as they don't change the belief. They don't let it go, because when they do it, basically they will start attracting different types. The whole point is that we are responsible for our reality, no one else. We create it all. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad or wonderful or horrible or torture or suffering. We create it all from the attachments that we have in our lives. And that's why it's so important to get to know yourself on deepest level, because when you really know your shadow, your dark side, what kind of negative, unworthy beliefs you hold about yourself and other people and the world around yourself, when you learn about them, when you really bring them to light, you will be able to identify them and don't give them power anymore, because these are negative beliefs that create negative reality for you. And the whole point is, of course, to learn about how wonderful you are, learn about yourself, and go within yourself. Because what happens is that we really go out of ourselves and listen to advice of other people, all these formulas, all these wonderful things that other people worked out for themselves. There's a lot of people writing a book of instructions for life, and people read it and they think that's how I should live my life. And the whole point is just to work it out yourself, because as announced, we are all individual people. We are divine beings with divine intelligence. But we don't really get to know this divine intelligence within us because we don't go within. We always look for the advice for the outside. And on the side of that, as Nomza mentioned, we hold on to this unworthy beliefs. And what Kamal mentioned, and women look for validation through sex, through being wanted. They put all the energy just to look attractive. So not because they feel beautiful and attractive, but so they can get validation from the outside world. And they do horrible things. I'm not saying it's only women. People in general do it as well. And high value women, people in general do not do that because high value people know themselves. They know their worth. They know who they are. They know what they stand for, what they stand for. And they don't really care about small things, and they don't look out to celebrities or plastic surgeries to validate themselves and get the attentions that they want. But the attention is just to the energy that they need, that they lack within themselves. And there is so many things. But the key is just to learn about yourself and work out what do you want, what is important for you, and find beauty within yourself, inside yourself, not on the outside, by injection lips or creating a reconstruction face in your face because according to new world standards, you're not pretty enough to be accepted by everyone else. It's crazy. what this new modern world is teaching this younger generation, these women, and that's what they think, how they start thinking, basically. Just it's so annoying that, and I hope there will be more and more beautiful, natural women that really know themselves and their own value that will become role models for these young women that growing up now, so they can see for themselves that it's coming from within, not the mask outside that really matters. So yeah, I'm curious what you guys think about. I don't know, Namza, you take over. You have your own structure maybe for the show. Thanks.
Oh, that's cool. I'm good. Anel, do you wanna comment? I wanna comment after you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's quite clear message. I think I would say also I would add up more to, in terms of what you mentioned, it's also part of integrity on our path, right? To really, I always come back to the divine because that's my part of my purpose in this life. And when we dive deep within the pure essence of the core of who we are, that the choices we make on our path, they will always come through abundance and abundance for everyone that is involved. So when we make choices, when someone is hurt, it's part of the ego. It's part of the belief system. It's part of a need. And that's something that I think for everyone it's important to remember on the path, that when we come through pure essence, from the innocence, there is always abundance and blessings for everyone involved. Only the ego creates struggle and tension between other people, and that someone might be hurt. And also in terms of sexuality, I think it's important that the woman they really embody their sexual energy through their innocence, through really getting to know their body, through really getting to know the power of their yoni, because that's where the pure source of value exists within every single one of us. Sexual energy, sexual organs is part of the inner world. And the more we embody this really suppressed energy, which is sexuality on this planet, the more we embody that through the divine and really see the sacredness within the sexual life, then we actually embody the pure essence that it's just pure bliss and pure blessings for the families, for everyone, whoever is on that path. And the women who are on that path and they really embody the divine value within them, they actually very selective in terms of men. And you know, I mean, for each of us there is a unique value also that is part of that. And some women on the soul level, they might have chosen to be more in a one relationship in the life. Some women they might have chosen to be, you know, on their path with just one man, and that's their, you know, they feel that that's their sacredness, and that's they really expand the connection to the divine through that and feel joy, and everyone feels the same around them. That's their path, and that's their unique choice, and that's what we need to respect and value within them. But it's important that we actually understand what this sacred sexuality and empowerment for that means to us as a women. Because at the moment, yes, there is either the woman should not go and sleep with anybody, just with the one man, or there is another area where there is, you know, there is this perceived idea when there is sexual empowerment that, you know, we just go and sleep with everyone around because I'm empowered and I do whatever I want. And, you know, and I don't think it's really that's the case. I think the case is to really tune into your unique frequency of what it means for you, sacred sexuality, what it means for you, the empowerment for that, what makes you lights up, what brings the fire in, and really dive deeper within that. And that's where you really own the value. You really respect your body, you respect your feminine energy, and you really, you know, shine through empowerment at the same time, and everyone benefits from that. So yeah.
Thank you so much. Kamal, do you have any comment before I comment?
Yeah, a few comments here. Look, high values, whatever applies to women also applies to men, just to make sure that people don't misunderstand that this is like it's, what's it called? Double standards. When I say a woman doesn't sleep around, she respects her body, I believe a man should do the same thing. But these are my beliefs. Everybody is allowed to have their own beliefs, right? Just a point, when we're talking about the divine, we're talking about sexual energy. Energy is transported through sex. That means you transport whatever negative energy you have with the next person. That next person shares that energy with you because it's an intimacy. And you are transporting negative energy from negative energy from negative energy all around by sleeping around. Just a heads up for those that do enjoy that. Nothing against that, all right? Everybody is free to do whatever they want, but some people have different values than others. And that's here what we're talking about. What is a high-valued woman? And everybody pointed out their perspective. And obviously, we are 4 different people. When we talk about integrity, we can have 4 different definitions of what integrity is. So that comes back also to semantics. But we are talking about a society that has declined in its integrity, a society that has become decadent in their mannerisms, in their decency, in their respect towards elders, towards women, towards men, children, all sorts. And that has nothing to do with the sexuality, has nothing to do with man or woman. It has to do with the whole society that has become unaware. They have become uneducated. And I'm talking, you can have as many certificates and degrees that you have, and you can still not be educated. These mean nothing. They're pieces of paper. Education happens at home. As a parent, as a father, a mother, learning from grandparents. These values have stopped being shared because society has decided that no, that's too harsh. No, you're not allowed to do this. No, you can't teach your children that, and so on and so forth. And now the children, the youngsters, they don't know how to grow up anymore. Everybody's growing up. And since we're talking about women, they're growing up, like Nadia mentioned, believing that, oh, I have to show my legs, I have to show my cleavage, I have to put on that makeup, and I have to do myself this way and that way so that a man respects me or a man likes me or I can get what I want. Like you were mentioning as well earlier, Nosa, open your legs, you get what you want. And a lot of women do that. Yeah, okay, they can do that. Fair enough. If you regard that as something okay, that's fine. But we are also allowed to say, no, that is not nice for me, for instance, right? I don't like that. I don't respect that. To me, I don't have any respect for a woman that sleeps around. Okay, you are allowed to be sexually active, and yes, it's important in your life, like you mentioned, Anna. It is important for your soul. It's important for your growth. It's important to share that sexual energy. But who are you sharing it with? Whether it's a man or a woman, it applies on both sides. Who are you sharing that sexual energy with? I'd rather stay like a monk for a while than sleep around with somebody that just doesn't do it for me because I have some sexual frustration. No, I value myself too much. And a woman that does that to me is a woman that does not value herself. Like you mentioned, Nomsa, women, and you as well, Nomsa, and Anel, I believe, women have been taught that their value is on their sexuality. This is a misconception. You're valued by what's in between your ears here, that thing that's your soul, how good, how decent you are, what you do to the world, why you are pursuing this career not out of selfishness, but out of giving. There's a reason why it's called Mother Earth, not Father Earth, because Mother Earth is giving. There's a reason why ancient Egyptians had so high regards for women, that they had positions of power. They can own lands, they can sell, they could divorce their partners, they could go into agreements. They run the state. They were priestesses. I can't say it now, I'm stuck. They were high regarded. Why? Because women knew their value. Society knew the value of women during that time. There was a certain amount of values that people follow as a people. In ancient Egypt, it was marked. Why I took the name and teaching that. Reteaching values to society is something very important, like you are doing, Nadia, helping people to understand their heart, their soul, their inner wisdom. Anael, reaching into the divine and understanding that. You, Nomsa, teaching women again how to go out on dates, how to meet the right man. These are values, these are high values of a woman that society needs to bring back to life. But that's an opinion again, and a lot of people might disagree with me, and some people might agree with me. At the end of the day, I don't care. I say what I want to say. Like you do, Nomsa, like Nadia does, and like Anael does. Because an opinion belongs to you.
And I just want to add something to what you just said beautifully about sexual energy and giving the sexual energy, because actually within the divine design of the body, right? So when we open, we receive through our yoni, right? So the masculine gives through lingam, and we give through our heart, and the masculine receives from the heart, right? So for us women, there is this very many women, they have this belief that they need to go to a bed with a man fast, because otherwise he will lose interest. But actually, this is the opposite, because the man, when he gives through his lingam, then he loses that then he might lose the interest, because there wasn't space for him to receive through the heart. So it's actually the opposite. When woman actually holds back with offering her portal of pleasure to a man, and actually gives the space between a man and a woman to offer first from the heart, this energy of this love of what woman has so beautifully can offer to masculine and feminine at the same time, then actually he might actually open to receive that connection with the feminine at the same time. So that there might be become more intimate connection between them later on, and he might got interested, right? And I was doing a talk on my Polish group, and we were talking with a woman who works with women also exactly about the same, that actually if a woman wants men to fall in love, you do not go to sleep with him. Wait and give him a time to open the heart for love. Literally, give him a time, because we give through the heart. And for him to open to a heart, he needs time. He needs to feel safe next to a feminine. He needs to feel her gentleness, her magnetic field, her, the feminine energy, the essence of the sensual self, and build the trust for him to open more heart. And then there is a more chance for a relationship, for a stronger connection between a woman and a man.
So much. I actually agree with Kamal and all of you guys. Kamal is talking about, you guys are talking about sexuality. Like sometimes, as women, we think when we connect with men, we're just going to connect with men and they're going to just fall in love. I had this girl texting me. She's not one of my agencies, but she knew me from one of the social medias, and she was like, Nomsa, I spoke to this guy and he agreed he wants to take me on a date, but I've not had anything from him. Do you think he's still thinking about me? Are we still going on a date? So I said to him, listen, what was the thing that you agreed when you actually agreed that you're gonna go on a date? She was like, we spoke and we had a really nice conversation. I met him and I met him somewhere, and then he asked me out, so I agreed, and he texted me to see a week ago to see if we were still going out this time. So we agreed the time, the way we're gonna meet. So I was like, so what are you asking me for? So she was like, but I've not had anything from him. So I think, do you think he's having cold feet? I was like, don't let your mind Google things somewhere else that don't exist. So I said to the guy, I asked you to go out with him. So you arranged when you're going to go out and the time you're going to meet. So I said to him, at this moment, whether we like it or not to admit, there is no conversation. The guy hasn't got any more conversation to say about, to ask or anything. He's excited wherever he is. He's excited that he's going to meet you and then he's going to get to know you. But on the other end, you are wondering, and because you are questioning yourself, you are questioning your values. So I said to her, why don't you just get excited, get ready on the day and go out on a date, because the guy has not told you he's having cold feet. So then she goes on a date. I didn't hear anything from her. And the next time, guess what? She tells me, oh, thank you so much, Nomsa. I had a wonderful time, and these guys were getting, and so I was like, why do you make up things in your head? So I said to her, you need to understand that when someone meets you for the first time, and they arrange to go on a date with you, so there is no way that somebody can have, if they don't have a conversation to ask, that means they've asked who you are, where you live, your values, what do you like, the things you like, and things like that you have explained to them, and he accepted you. So right now, you have to get excited to meet this person and talk about, get to know him, instead of you questioning who you are. And then it comes to sex. Everyone is allowed to have sex with whoever they want, like Kamal was saying. But a high-value woman, she has a relationship with herself that has grace in it, simplicity, keep things simple. If you have to know who you are, you have to actually, good basic standards, you have to know good basic standards about yourself, whether you are rich, whether you are poor. You still have to have standards. You still have principles. You have to keep principles. You can't just let anyone enter your life and take advantage of you as a woman. That cannot happen. But some people, they do let it because they say, I've been through a lot. They make up excuses. I was one of them, those people. I've never slept around with men, but I was one of those people who go on a date and I let people take advantage of me. And then I say, I've been through a lot, which making an excuse. So a woman who knows what they want, a high value woman, you have to have a sense of wonder. Who are you? Adventure, individual authenticity. I used to look at magazines. This is not a joke. As somebody might say, think it's a joke. I used to look at magazines. I see celebrities. They have plastic surgery. I think, oh, I've had kids. I would think that I need to have a plastic surgery. That was before I got into psychology 11 years ago. Honestly, it's not a joke. I would look at the magazines and look at them on social media, and I'll like, one day when I have the money. But now when I look at them, I don't compare myself. I like who I am as a person. I don't want to have the plastic surgery, what they have, because it is their choice. So before, when I used to look at somebody in the magazine, I'll be like, wow, she looks beautiful. I would love to have that. I would love to have a body like that. But now I'm understanding that I'm an individual person. I am my father's child. So I can't compare what God has given me with somebody else's life. So that's how my life used to be. It was when I actually, like Kamal was saying, it doesn't matter how many degrees you have. When I started my degree in psychology, I was doing my first module, and I used to look at my life and I was like, here's me. I was meeting celebrities, playing football, meeting celebrities. I thought I had it all. And I looked at honestly, with the sadness, when I was doing my module, because it gets personal, you are reading it, and it's like you are reading it to yourself. And I was really, really sad. Like, this is the life that I was living, not knowing who I am. But I had it all. At that moment, I thought I had it all. But inside, I was broken, because when you don't know who you are and you don't value yourself, that means you're broken, basically. I was broken, but I thought I had it all. I walking into I had a beautiful house. At that moment, I didn't value myself, but I thought I did. When I started taking my module, I was like, oh my God. And then I'm looking back and I was like, people used to respect me, but I didn't respect myself. So that's what you have to understand your individual true authenticity. Whether you're poor, whether I come from Africa. There's times where I used to live in the city and I have a home village. So I used to go to the village, walk with barefoot. So that girl, I still remember that girl. When I look at myself at that moment, I can have a good relationship with that girl. But if you ask me 12 years ago when I was on the pitch playing against Arsenal, I didn't know that girl. I didn't know who that girl was. People cheering me up, but I wasn't cheering me up. So if you are watching this talk show, we are here to speak the truth. The lives that where we've been and where we are now, that is the truth. That you have to value yourself. It doesn't matter whether you come from, what background you come from, whether you are poor, whether you have the money, you still have to value yourself. If you want to go and get a plastic surgery, it has to be a choice, not because of what you've seen in somebody else's body on the magazine. It has to be, I want this for me. I want to go and sit under the knife and be cut off and be chopped off. It's my choice, not somebody else. That is a decision. That is a woman who value themselves, because it's your choice that we are choosing to do that. We are not against it, but as long as you, but not looking at Nomsa and say, oh my goodness, I want to go and have a plastic surgery because Nomsa does running. She looks good. I want to look good. No, that's not the way. So over to you, Nadia. I need to stop talking.
Yeah, that was great talk, Nonsa. Thank you. So yeah, I just wanna talk about two things actually. First one is of course the what guys both of you mentioned is about sexual energy. So I just want to add a little bit about that because actually Kamal mentioned that a lot of people, people assume that if we are not going to be sexually active for a long time, it builds up the tension. And a lot of people want to release it, of course. And what I learned from my wonderful teaching, Natural Success, it's tension is something that we really, really have to learn how to hold because that's what it's creative. That is what creates our life, our reality. So sexual energy, I just want to talk about sexual energy as a creative energy because that's what it is. It's the most powerful energy out there. That's the energy that created the universe, energy that created us, obviously. So when we are really in tune within ourselves, when we know what we want, what we don't want, when we don't sleep around, um, and we are able to, and the tension builds up, basically, especially where we know where we want to get. The whole point is to not to release it in dysfunctional way. And what a lot of people do when they are not, when the tension is really high, they really want to let it out, get rid of it because it's not comfortable to hold it. And what a lot of people do, they turn into watching porn, masturbation, and casual sex because that's how we release this creative energy, this tension that builds up. But what you have to remember, guys, is that if you learn how to hold it, how not to release it in this dysfunctional, destructive way, you will be able to attract reality that you truly want. So let's say that you're a woman and you really want to attract this beautiful, amazing, handsome, beautiful man basically. And when you keep releasing the tension that you hold within yourself, and maybe you go out on a date or we meet someone casually and you have a friend with benefit, you are getting rid of, you are actually taking away the energy that's supposed to create that your dreamed man. So it's important just to hold it and wait and be patient because this person will, you holding that tension, you holding that energy will create reality that you truly want. That's why it's so important, guys. It's not only, it has a very deeper meaning. It is deeper meaning. It is not just, values and just being a good person, a good Christian, a good whatever in general. It's really knowing what you want and being focused on it, and by not going through some kind of distractions, by releasing, drinking, casual sex, whatever, doing all these horrible things, taking drugs, because all of these things are taken away from things that you truly want. And as a high value woman, you understand that. High value woman understands that, and she knows she's always going for what she wants, for what her heart really wants, not what her wallet, empty wallet wants, or whatever. It's about really knowing yourself and being powerful and responsible enough to hold that pressure, and really stay committed to your goals, to your dreams, to your heart, to yourself, because that's what really will make a difference in your life. That's what will change, and that's what will attract things that you truly desire and truly want. So important. And the second thing I just wanted to mention about what you said, Nomsa, about surgeries, and women basically. So this is just my personal opinion. I would never ever look up to women who went through a surgery to change something that Mother Nature gave her, basically as a role model. So a woman, I would never trust basically in knowledge and integrity of a woman who's trying to inspire other women how to be themselves, if she truly and fully didn't accept herself because she didn't see a beauty within herself from within herself, and did something synthetic, basically not natural, not true, to feel more accepted and to become more popular. So it's really important to really look deeper at the people that you are looking for inspiration or advice, especially as as women, men, whatever. Because if someone cannot really accept themselves for who they are naturally, are they really reliable people to learn from when it comes to learning how to be a woman, how to be whatever, successful, beautiful? It's someone who doesn't really have that deeper connection with themselves. It's basically it's a bit dodgy for me, so I would never ever look out for advice of anyone, basically, because you can see so easily that it's coming from insecurity, it's coming from lack of worth, basically. And someone who goes to such a crazy extent to increase self-worth through not a divine and sacred way, I don't think has a lot, basically. I'd want to be take away the energy from that person, exchange energy of that person, because energy is everything. So yeah, I'm sure we all have like different opinions about that, but I highly recommend you to look, girls and guys, basically deeper on people, not just to see the marketing, basically, in branding, and get lured by the illusions, but really look deeper into people and really see. You can see through the illusion, because our world is based on illusion, and if you do not know yourself, if you don't learn how to see through these things and use your natural abilities like intuition, imagination, heart, love, whatever, you will always get lied to, basically, because the world is full of lies, and a lot of people get confused and lost because of that, because you don't know yourself. So yeah, I can't speak a lot about valuable woman, but that's what it means to me as well. To be valuable woman is to be natural and to accept yourself for who you are on the inside and out. So yeah, thanks.
Is that women is right? Is it a question, or did she just put a comment? What is it? What is it?
I think it's a statement.
Oh, Western are addicted to birth control pills and other deterrents. How many layers of fake up are they wearing? What? Does anyone wants to answer that?
I think that's probably just an opinion, a statement.
Okay. I like people who likes to put opinions. You see, it is good when someone puts their own opinion and ask questions. Thank you. So, what do you have to say, Adele?
I think, just to summarize, that to me, high value woman is a woman that really embodying the divine, and she really shines through unconditional love towards everyone, and accept equal values and really follow them, and feel empowered. And yeah, it's, on my part, it's really important, the connection to all, and really feeling equal value to every single one of form of life on this path, on my path. And yeah, and also just really respect that everyone have their own opinions. Yeah, I'm just reading. Love is interpreted as a sex, unfortunately. Yeah, I think in many ways, but I think we're getting really back to that. I think all this awakening, all these talk shows, all the conversations, they really, bring us back to the real connection to the divine, to the real love that is really unconditional. It's pure essence of really being and having compassion towards all. And to me, high value woman, when she really embodying her sacredness, she feels that everyone is on the right path and everyone really experiencing what they're choosing to experience at the same time. And we are just expression of the divine within, and there is no worse or better. We are really just one, expressing each other through the divine, through our own unique values, through our own unique choices, through our own unique free will choice. And I think also, within our society, the more we accept that we all have a free will choice and we all have a different ways to really embody the divine at the same time, then there will be less struggle on our path. There will be more joy at the same time, and more acceptance, because I think the world needs more acceptance, and that will bring more peace, right? That's what we are looking for, to bring peace into this planet, to bring back the harmony, and when we look for the sacredness of the feminine, she is the compassion towards all. She is the embodiment of the divine value of her soul. She is the embodiment of really equal value to all forms of lives, and she really shines through her sexuality, but really from embodying the creativity at the same time. As Nadia, she mentions the power of creativity within us. She is the feminine and the masculine at the same time, so she feels equal value towards woman and the man. And yeah, she's not afraid of her sexuality or her erotism. She's really embodying that through the innocence, and really shines through really whole aspect of her feminine. Because woman, it's not only the mother, she's not only the carer, she's also have within her aspect of the warrior woman. She's got also the aspect of the sexual aspect within her, right? The lover. She's also that. So really embodying all these aspects within the sacredness of the heart, it really brings the divine essence within us all, because that applies to men also. And to me, that's a really high value woman, something that I'm passionate about to bring into this world.
Thank you so much. I'm excited with what Kamal has got to say. Hi, Kamal's mommy. We missed you. Not seen you for a long time.
I'm going to put it this way. These are the traits that I grew up watching and seeing. These are the traits that I believe embody a high-valued woman. Besides what Anel was saying, and besides what what's your name today, Nadia? It's funny, like sometimes you have names, they just pop out. Anyway, be kind and compassionate. Understand what kindness is, and understand that compassion is a great tool. Has nothing to do with being weak. Be committed to learning and growing your mind, growing your heart, growing your soul, educating yourself in many aspects of life, whether it's spirituality, religious, educate yourself about manners, about ancient civilization, about general knowledge. Educate yourself as much as you can with whatever knowledge that you want to, that you feel is right for you, but continuously learn and grow. A high-valued woman should be aware, have some self-awareness, and have empathy. Empathy is a great deal in a lot of women, but a lot of women refuse to use that empathy, believing that it's naivety. It is not. Be grounded. Be grounded and mature in your thoughts, in your refuse games. Speak your mind. Don't be afraid to speak your mind. Stand your ground. Don't get manipulated by others just because they want to. If it's out of your boundaries, say no. Allow yourself to live up and align with your values and your desires. You do not have to resort to living by the standards and the will of others, whether they're men, women, or society. Be passionate in everything you do. Passionate in sex, passionate in love, passionate in giving, passionate at work, in your career, passionate while walking, passionate while laughing, passionate while crying, passionate in all your emotions and feelings. Be a lady. Look into what is being a lady with class, right? Bring out that femininity, that charm, that beauty that is authentic to you. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. Make sure that you have routines of self-care, whether it's a salt bath at home, whether it's a little bit of oil rub, moisturizer, a bubble bath, whatever it is that you do for yourself. But make sure that you take that time to appreciate and love your beauty, to fill your body and soul with confidence, and embrace your vulnerabilities. Remember, we are perfectly imperfect. That means we are vulnerable. That means we have traits that we don't like, traits that we want to change, but accept them. Be vulnerable. Cry, yell, get angry, get upset, get sad, get happy, get joyful, get excited, get worried, get anxious, get scared. But feel all of them and learn from them. But that is only my opinion. At the end of the day, you do whatever suits you.
Thank you so much, Kamal. I remember, I think I was at Desi O'Connor's business event, and I was speaking on stage when I finished, because what I did when I started doing personal development, I knew that I disconnected myself, like what Kamal is saying, that you need to value yourself, you need to stay grounded, you need to refuse to play games with people, and know who you are and learn to say no unapologetic. So I love my heels. I've always wear high heels in Africa. So I remember one day I decided I'm just gonna walk, practice in the house, feel the walk. And when I go and buy clothes, I am not going to actually let people be the ones that admires me because they then feel good about it. I need to feel good about that clothes. When I'm wearing a dress, I have to walk it. I have to feel it, not in an arrogant way, but I have to feel good inside because it makes me feel good. So I remember I'm busy on stage, I'm talking, I've got these chains, doing business events, I've got chains because my business events are crazy. So I'm finished, and the video guy, Desmond O'Connor's business video guy, comes because we're talking, basically I'm open, I just like to laugh with everyone. He goes, Nomsa, can I ask you a question in front of everyone where we were? He was like, yeah. And he's like, is your body real? I was like, what do you mean my body is real? Then I realized people have been gossiping. I'm busy on stage, I'm working, and they're busy gossiping that is plastic surgery, she's got kids. So I said to him, what do you mean my body is real? And he was like, I just want to know because everyone wants to know. So I thought I should ask. So I was like, yes, my body is real. And I was like, why do you ask? And he was like, because everyone seems to think you had a plastic surgery. I said, no, I was like, no, I have not had a plastic surgery. My body is real. I work for this body, but when I'm working out, I don't work for this body. I work for this, because when I go running, the mind, I'm able to actually think. So I was like, I'm able to think. When I go running, I don't jog. Basically, I sprint. Like when I used to do sports, I've never changed, because I've always I keep building my thing. And then I was like, no, I didn't have a plastic surgery. I go actually running because it helps me when I have problems. When I'm running, I can think about how to solve the problems. And if I want to cry, I can cry at that moment, and it's over and done with. So that's why my attitude is the way it is. Like when you see me on stage, you think, oh, she's got it, oh, she's this. No, I was like, I work for this. I work really, really hard. But when I'm working, I'm not working hard with the mind of, because some people, when they're doing exercises, they're like, why am I losing weight? Why is it not happening now? So I was like, I never think of that. I eat pizza. If I can, I told you Nadia doesn't like it. If I want McDonald's, I eat McDonald's. Or if one day I think like I want pizza, I have pizza, because I know I'm gonna work for it. So I just keep up the hard work of what I do, but with the mind of working with my mind. When I go doing jogging or doing exercises, it helps me to think. Like in Gossip Talk Show, I have 30 speakers, and when they come all in one with the complaints, so I have to know what I'm doing. So thank you. So thank you so much. Oh, you guys have you have laws. What is this?
Some of them are spam people. They just spam these lives and stuff like that to add more.
Okay. So
that was D that was answering the last one.
What is D saying?
Let me read it. Let me see. Hello everyone. I'm just joining. This topic seems interesting. I just made an IG post today about valuing yourself. In the US, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So I have been digging deeply into teaching self-care, self-love, and self-valuation. Keep up the great work, guys. I'm excited to join the next conversation.
Thank you, D. Thank you, D. Mahwale put a question. Was it a question or a comment as well?
No, she was. I think.
Oh, was it? Oh, she was saying, for me, valuing yourself as a person begins with loving yourself. When you love yourself, you're conscious of what or who you are. Associate yourself with for what you bring into the energy field becomes. Yeah, I agree with her as well. So you have to know who you are, who you are surrounded. Actually, me and Kamau, I think we're corrupting each other if we were to, because we think the same. Me, basically, if you are not committed, I can't hang out with you. If you don't support my beliefs, I can't hang out with you. I just like to hang out with people, because the reason why we create friendship is to support each other. So I agree with you, Mahwale, what you're saying. Basically, the energy that you bring to your environment, to your tribe, is very important. Nadia is like that. She's worse than us, me and Kamal as well. She's a girl who speaks her mind. So thank you so much. Nadia, any words of encouragement you'd like to leave with our audience?
Yeah, of course. Thank you. I just want to leave the start from the comment of Hanifa. She said, "How did smoking cigarettes become bestseller? It was shown as an ad of a woman smoking a cigarette." Exactly. So what it is basically that women. Sexual energy, basically attractiveness, is being used to sell as a marketing tool. And if you do not learn basically about yourself, you will always become a victim of that kind of marketing. So they always put these half-naked women next to cars, basically super sport cars, super expensive things. and so on, just to manipulate people into buying and spending money. And if you do not learn about your values, if you do not learn about yourself, if you don't learn about yourself as a woman, what do you stand for? What is important for you? What kind of woman you are striving to be? So it's also important to have a vision of your potential, basically, because when you have kind of intuitive information about yourself, what is your potential as a woman, you should be doing every single day. You should be really connecting with the energy, with the emotion of being that woman and taking action that that woman would take. Speak in the way she wants, move in the way she wants, dress in the way she wants, behave and act in the way she wants. You want to be. And that is the best way to become the most wonderful, the most beautiful, the most attractive, the most great, the most high value woman you can ever be. Because when you have that idea of that, you have to strive for it like every single day and behave. And it's not about listening to what other people have to say, but really learning how to listen to yourself. What is it that you want? And really stop relying on the outside of yourself. Because what happens is when you learn what do you want, then you can make a clear choice. Then you can make a choice who do you want to listen to. But first, really work out what is your potential, where you want to get as a woman, as a person, as a businessman, whatever, in a relationship. And then start looking for courses, books that will bring you, help you, guide you, take you closer to reaching your full potential. So important. So really learning about yourself and listening what's within you. It's the most amazing thing you can do for yourself. And then you will stop really feeling horrible and suffering and making bad choices and bad decisions. Because when you know your end result, when you know your vision, when you know where you're going, you know exactly what to do every single day. You are not going to make mistakes. You're not going to make stupid choices that you're going to regret on the next day. And that's very, very important, I believe. And not a lot of people is doing that because they prefer to scatter energy and listen to a million other people, or to look out for advice to celebrities or whatever. People don't really care about your highest good. So yeah, that's my last of advice. Just listen to yourself, guys, and really, really work out what is it. What is my highest potential to be as a woman? The way you look, the way you feel, the way you are, the way you move, the way you speak, your presence, and start creating that persona, because it's only you can do it, no one else. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nadia. Actually, for what Nadia has just said, some people might say, but if you are shy, you can go in front of the mirror, get naked. I'm just adding to what you just said, get naked. If you can look at your naked body, then that means you can work on your confidence. And it's not something that happens overnight. You don't have to keep being too hard on yourself and say, I want to be this. Just work on it. Eventually, you get there. That's One Goes the Talk Show. Find your own voice and lead from within. Over to you, Anel, please. Any words of encouragement to our audience before we leave?
Thank you. I just say don't give up. You're on the right path, and wherever it's on your path, it's there to support you to really embody the divine essence and really feel the value within your life. So just being an observer and really don't afraid to shine. It's really worthy of receiving divine. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Over to you, Kamal, please. Any words of encouragement?
Be a woman that you would enjoy the company of.
Oh, I didn't hear that, Kamal.
Be a woman you would enjoy your own company.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What does your mommy say? I like to hear her comment. What's she saying?
go to the Louvre and see what beauty was and is now.
Yes, you have to be the person that you were created to be, and don't look at your other people's lives and compare your life with them. Created whatever you desire in life, created. When I went through divorce, and everyone was telling me that, you know, out of this marriage you can get this, but I knew what I can get. So what I wanted to get was a proper relationship with my daughter's father, not listening to everyone. So I moved into our 2 bedroom flat, and everyone used to visit us, and they were like, "Are you nuts?" And I was like, "What does that mean?" And they're like, "Why did you move out of the house?" I was like, I moved out of the house because I have a plan. The plan is to have this relationship that is broken. We didn't ask for it. He didn't ask for it. And I was like, I have a plan. The plan is to build my life. But if I build my life based on what I can get, I don't think I'll be building my life. So my friends couldn't understand. I even lost some friends because they thought I was nuts. But I was like, no, I know what I'm doing. So I built my life. I was like, I'm building my life. At the same time, when I was building my life, my daughter was having a good relationship with her father. That means no pain. I'm free. Not putting the money first and making sure that my daughter, she's getting supported. And then I created my business. But that was the life that I wanted to have, the life of my own. And then I started manifesting the man that I wanted, and I got that man that I wanted. So if you are watching this show, you've been hurt before, or you are coming out of divorce, let that choice, whatever the journey, I think Nadia and now you guys talk about the energy. The energy that comes in your life, you guys, I didn't understand this before. If you are bringing out energy with grace and you are actually keep loving, no matter how much you've been hurt, but you keep that energy of loving, you will attract a good life. You will attract helpers. They'll come and help you regardless of whatever situation you are. So I just want to leave you guys with this, like what Kamal was saying. Be the woman that you are meant to be. I cannot define your life, but you can define your life. You can, I'm not your creator. You can define your life. So we are here Monday to Friday in Gossip Talk Show. If you're watching the video and you like the message, press some heart button and share the message with your friends. We love you guys. And live with grace. And thank you so much for everyone who's been participating. And Kamal's mommy and Mahwale and D. Williams and everyone that is watching. I can't see your names because you're not commenting. Keep showing up and put some comment and get involved with the conversation. We like to hear your opinion as well. So live with grace, everyone, and God bless you.
Thank you.